Anthony Hannon, and this is to prepare his way. I've found a great campsite in St. Andrews, New Brunswick. I'm in the trailer right now. It's been pouring rain all ever since I came here. I mean, the odd break here and there. Very, very windy. But I'm going to try to do a live stream outside, do a little tour. We'll see what happens. Now here's something you've never seen. This is my mic. So I've got my little earpieces on here, and I'm gonna, since it's windy and I don't have a special mic or anything for the wind, I'm gonna tuck that mic right in this handy dandy beard here, and see if that doesn't work. What do you think of that? I know someone's watching live right now, so yeah, we'll see what happens. I hope I'm going to be able to see the live chats, but we'll see what happens. Because I'm not going to wear my glasses because the rain is going to get on the glasses and I won't be able to see that. Okay, so here we go. Let's turn things around here. And let's go out. The wind is pushing from the ocean right into this door, so I hope it doesn't blur the vision or anything. Okay, here we go. If you watched my last live stream, there's my repair job. I did get taped up at the top there, so hopefully no water's getting in, and no, oops, what happened there? Were you watching me or watching that? Anyway, hopefully no water got in, and the water is hitting the screen here. Okay, this is going to be fun. Oops, it switched back. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's go back into the trailer for a second. Okay. So what's been happening is the rain's going on the phone, and believe it or not, the rain droplets are affecting the not only is it the rain droplets getting in front of the camera lens, the rain droplets are kind of hitting the buttons like that button, which reverses it. So let's see. Now I do have an umbrella ready. I wonder how this is going to work. It's really raining and it's really windy. So I only have two hands. So let's grab that. And let's see if I can protect the phone a little bit. Okay, so bear with me. Bear with me. I'm going to put the phone away from the rain. Try to protect it a little bit. Open up the umbrella. Point it towards the wind because, well, this is interesting. I got to grab onto this handle really tight so the umbrella doesn't go the other way. And let's see if we can't do this like this. Good morning, Divine Intervention, Ontario. Trials and tribulations, that's right. Happy St. Boniface Day, everybody. So there's my repair job on the trailer. So no wind can get in there and rip that that shell off again. That was quite the adventure. So I'm out here at St. Andrews by the Sea, St. Andrews, New Brunswick. And this is a great campground, I'm going to tell you. Very inexpensive. I think it cost about $51 a night here for full hookup, 30 amp service. They do have 50 amp service as well. And let's see. There's my setup. So you see I've got the electric and water, which was good because I've been here for 2 nights and it's been you know, I say it's a beautiful day anyway. It's a beautiful day. I've been telling me it's a beautiful day. But anyway, it is what it is, the weather. But it's been windy and rainy, and I'm fighting with this umbrella here. But I got the best campsite in the whole campground, I think, because there's nobody in front of me blocking the ocean view. See that? Sorry. I'll take a look at the ocean here for a second. I mean, it's not open ocean. It's in a bay at St. Andrews. Anyone can look at the maps and find that. And I'm walking through a big puddle here, but that's okay. Really fighting the wind here. Oh, it's the tide is coming in. There's going to be high tide at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Then the tide's going to start going down, and there'll be low tide around about 8 p.m. tonight. And I walked all the way out there, where there's water now. When it was dry yesterday around 5 o'clock, and then over there, there's a causeway. You probably can't see it. And my sister and I walked that. Yesterday around 6:30 p.m. I'm holding the umbrella handle into my gut here, trying to sneak around and see if I can see if there's any traffic coming. Really, holding this with 2 hands is like the best thing. So I'm gonna walk up here using the umbrella as my windshield here, literal windshield, but I can't see through it. And get to the front, and so I can show you some signs here. And then I'll walk. The plan is I'll walk into the campground. In behind, there's treed areas, right? And I walked there this morning, and would your awning stay firm? No. I never. No one has their awning out here. I mean, a lot of trailers out here. You'll see. I hope I'll be able to show you. But no one has their awning out. It's way too windy. My awning would blow off for sure. I've had enough troubles with that trailer this trip. Anyway, wanted to come up here. Maybe I'll just go up to the office here and show you. I don't have a lot of time. I'm not sure what the time is right now. It's about 10:30, quarter to 11, I think, a.m. in New Brunswick time, which would be an hour ahead of Ontario time. And the checkout here is 12. Now I don't have a lot. I just have to disconnect my connections. I have to flush my tanks, and I have to put some water in my my freshwater tank as well. Okay. Okay, let me switch this around for a second. If it will switch. Okay. So here's the office right here. And it's the Kiwanis Oceanfront Camping. Kiwanis Oceanfront Camping in St. Andrews, New Brunswick. As a matter of fact, my sister told me, and I saw there's like a walking path and then a 10 or 15 minute drive, and you're right into the business section, kind of tourist section, restaurants, souvenirs, a grocery store, that type of thing. Now you see a lobster sign on top of that, or in the center of that building there is a sign, and apparently they have both live and cooked lobster. Maybe before I leave or on my way out I'll stop in and get a lobster. If they are cooked, I'll probably get a cooked one, because I don't know if I don't know if I'll have time to boil some water. But anyway, there you go. So I'll give you a map, show you the map here. So there's the map actually of St. Andrews, and then the campground here is at the bottom of this map, where it says Indian Point. So where that number 13 is, if you watch it on a big enough screen, at the very bottom, that's pretty much about where my trailer is. So let me just see what I can do here. Now, you know, already being in this far away from the shore, the wind has died down, or it's so there's some of the big trailers. Now I came in on Saturday night, and this is Monday morning, and you see that that brown bus RV and then another motorized RV. I was parked. I think you might as well say where that white one is. But it was booked for I think today or something, or Sunday. So early in the morning, someone left my site. So there's the one on the very left there in the distance, across this beautiful green grass here. Boy, when I was a boy, and we were, you know, traveling and camping in a tent trailer, I was always looking for big open spaces like that, nice grass, because I always wanted to play catch with my dad. And that green space was just amazing for that. Anyway, there's my trailer on the left there. So someone left Sunday. Wait a second, when did I get here? That's right, Saturday. Someone left there at 9:30 in the morning, so I came right over to the office, and I had just actually paid for that site over there, and I asked if I could move over there. They said, "Yep, it's good until Tuesday. Good until Tuesday. That's right. So I could stay here another day if I wanted to, but I am going to head on the road, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. We'll just walk up here, and take the selfie stick away from my gut so that it's not quite as shaky. And so yeah, I was parked. You can see down this little road here. There's a blue garbage bin, big one, and I was parked, you know, to the left of that from your screen as you're seeing it, like behind that that brown bus RV, and well, where that black car is, I guess. But yeah, so you can see that there's people that here are seasonal, and because they have decks and everything. Well, fighting with the umbrella a little bit here, but so far so good. Okay, so some of kind of the purpose of my trip to come out here was because one of my dad's brothers died in February. They did not have a funeral service for him, and his remains were being buried on Friday, June 2nd. So I was coming out to see that. Now I'm going to pass this garbage truck. This tent trailer right here, I spoke to a gentleman and his wife early this morning on my walk, their vehicle. As a matter of fact, I think that's their vehicle, that van up there. They must be going for some sightseeing or something. They're here till tomorrow, but they're from Gatineau, which is, he said Ottawa, but he said Gatineau actually. I said, oh, I'm from Ottawa. I know exactly where he's from. But they have a cottage in, or maybe they're renting a cottage in Prince Edward Island. So they're on their way there. So anyway, so you can see it's mostly travel trailers and fifth wheels. So what happened was, I was on track. I had to get my garden in there before I left, and then arranged someone to be at Envian Patches to actually finish off the garden and water it while I was gone, and be at Envian Patches. And Monday I got a terrible stomach ache, and I couldn't do any work on Monday, so everything got delayed. And but I was on track to get to the cemetery for the burial, and I wanted to surprise everyone. Now, 3 of my cousins from Fredericton, they knew I was coming, and but they didn't tell. I told them, look, my sister doesn't know that I'm coming. I haven't seen my sister in 4 years. So don't tell her. So they didn't tell anyone, just less that anyone might let the secret out, eh? So my sister actually had texted me, probably Wednesday it must have been, because I'm just gonna see if I can show you the washrooms here, because they're very nice washrooms. Although I didn't use them because I just used the trailer. But let me see if I can get in here. Okay, I gotta take the umbrella down. And of course I gotta see it, make sure nobody's here, so I'll just put on the ground here for a second. It's key entry. Floors. Nice sinks. Even a clock in here. So very nice, very nice. You don't see washrooms like this at campgrounds very often. Or I haven't anyway. Excuse me. Hi.
Brilliant day for camping.
Yeah, beautiful day, beautiful day. Make the best of it, eh?
You're all set up.
Yeah, I'm all set up, yeah. You too, God bless. So, there's another fellow from Quebec. Okay, we're going to open up the umbrella again. and come down here. So this is a nice little look. It can even be towed by a Ford Escape. The wind has shifted now, and I'm fighting the wind in a different angle. Here is their laundromat. Sorry for shaking the camera so much. But they've got a little desk there and some books and washers and dryers, of course, coin operated. So, very nice. Very nice. And they have a clock in here too. So that's good. I need to know what time it was. I have an hour and 15 minutes to leave this campground. Okay. So here we go. I wonder how my beard mic is working. Now, the fellow I was talking to this morning, from Gatineau, he said that they've come here many times, and there used to be a building with a kitchen and a games room and everything like that, but he said that it burnt down They told him that it burnt down last winter. So anyway, I will finish my story there regarding a kind of surprise. So if you watched my last live video, you saw that I had some travel trailer trouble on the I-95, just west of Bangor. I guess it's west of Bangor, west or north, one or the other. Coming into it. Anyway, I found an elephant here. So, anyway, so I didn't make it in time. I ended up, spending a little bit extra time in Bangor just to get the trailer better prepared, better repaired. Sorry, and the weather turned. It was hot and sunny, and the weather turned, and the temperature dropped, and there was a big thunderstorm in Bangor, and I guess that whole weather system that whole weather system is sticking around for a while, and the temperature dropped. I think when I came in on Saturday evening here, it was 4 degrees Celsius, which is like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So I was glad I brought my extra propane tank in the back of the truck, although I haven't used it yet. I haven't used up the first tank yet, because I definitely needed the heat, or needed. I wouldn't have froze to death or anything. It made this inclement weather tolerable. So anyway, my cousins, they, especially one cousin, was texting me and phoning me and stuff, and they were wondering when I was going to get to St. Stephen, and I decided to stay at my most common camping site, which begins with a W and ends with an Mart, in Calais, Maine. So I stayed there. I just stayed on the American side until Saturday, and my cousins were kind enough. They drove back to Fredericton, which is, I don't know, an hour and a half or something. And they drove back to Fredericton, and then they came back the next day on the Saturday, met me at the cemetery, and for 1 o'clock, and I wanted to go and offer prayers. So as it turned out, they joined me for prayers. They're not Catholic, but I do believe that they believe in Jesus, and would call themselves Christian, and they prayed, and we had our own little service, I guess, and also saw the burying place of my grandparents, our grandparents. There, it's my dad, and their mother, brother and sister. But there's another sister buried there along with her grandparents as well. So I don't know if this must be a seasonal camper here or something, because look, they brought in their own cabin, and they've got a tent. So this is an area that's all treed, obviously, and it's sheltered by the wind. Some of you may have seen on the news that there's been some forest fires near St. Andrews all last week, and so this rain and this weather is much I think much appreciated by the firefighters, and I think people were evacuated from their homes. I think I saw in the news that one person did lose their house. So, but the campfire ban is off right now. I don't, but because it's pouring raining, there was a fire ban up until I guess it started raining like this. But there's no point at my campsite to light a campfire because it's too windy. I think the wind would make it dangerous. So anyway, we were there, and then my cousins, they brought me up because it was like I followed them and whatnot, and one of them drove with me, and it would have been more difficult for me to find things, and they drove me up past Grandma's house. I call it Grandma's house, but so was my grandma and grandpa. My grandpa died in 1971, if I remember correctly, and my grandmother died in 1997, which was the last time I was out this way. And I remember my dad and I flew into St. John, rented a car, and then I drove back with my dad, or passenger with my dad on the way back. But before that, we came down to St. Andrews by the sea and went down to the ocean and walked the ocean. The tide was out. And I remember picking up select seashells for at that time I just had a new steady girlfriend back in Ottawa, and so these are my memories of this. Anyway, my cousins brought me up to Grandma's place and then down the road further to the old fishing hole, and then we met with some other relatives. My grandmother's nephew, one of my grandmother's nephews, who's how old is he? I think he told me he was born in 1938, so that would make him 85 years old. Him and his wife. And I asked, while I was there, because I knew that one of my dad's cousins. I gotta try to straighten this out a bit. I knew that one of my dad's cousins was Catholic, so I just kind of boldly asked, I think, I said, as a Catholic priest and stuff like that. I mean, everyone knows I'm a priest, and they said, no, we're Catholic too. So I don't know, what does that make him, my third cousin or something like this. Norman, his wife, Jean, is was Catholic, was brought up Catholic, so he became Catholic, and I've got their phone number. I must call them because I'm going to be offering mass for one of their sons who died just last year at the age of 41. I'm going to be offering mass when I have an opening. I'm going to be contacting them, but I have their number because I'd like to know when he converted, because I want to know if my dad converted to the Catholic faith before he did or not. They were friends, and so it was really neat because he was friends with my dad and my dad's two brothers, because they lived just up the street on this country road. They're all farmers. His family was his dad was like a serious farmer. My dad, like I think many people out there, they had their kind of family farm. They had a few cows, but and that type of thing, and a garden and hay fields. But his dad had like 40 head of cow and all of that. So anyway, so we met with them. So there was a really good trip along those lines. And then I leave St. Stephen. I say goodbye to my cousins. I took some video for my own records. I don't know if it'll ever go on the YouTube or not, but just of what's going on down there. And then I'm driving to St. Andrews, and I'm not even sure if, given the bad weather, if my sister is still at this campground or not. Oh yeah, she had going back. She had texted me on the Wednesday, letting me know what campsite she was at. It's something that she does. It wasn't like she didn't ask if I was going, and I didn't tell her. So I called her, and I just asked on the way, and I just said, are you still there? Are you still in St. Andrews? And that she told me their itinerary, and I said, how is it going? How did things go yesterday? And she told me all the story about how the day went on Friday after the burial, going to a restaurant, etc., etc. And I just said, well, I got to call you back, and she said, okay. So about hi there, how are you doing?
Good, you?
You want to say hi to YouTube?
YouTube.
Yeah, what's your name?
John.
Hi, John. Oh, John, I talked to you on the phone Saturday night. I came
Oh,
in.
that was another John. That's John 1.
Oh,
That's
John.
John Sr.
This is a great campground.
Oh, thank you.
This is a wonderful
Where are
campground.
you from?
I'm from Ottawa.
Oh, okay. Where
Yeah.
from Ottawa?
Well, I grew up in the West End. You know it very much?
A
Or?
little bit.
Well, I grew up in the West End of Ottawa,
Yeah.
but actually, right now I live north of Kingston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
close north of Kingston?
Uh, do you know where Sherbert Lake is?
Yeah.
I'm between Sherbert Lake and Kingston.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have a retreat center there. I'm a Catholic priest.
Oh.
Yeah, my name's Father Anthony Hannon.
Oh, nice.
You could always look me up, and then you can find the YouTube channel is called To Prepare His Way.
What's it called?
To Prepare His Way,
To prepare his way.
and you can see how
Like number 2 or?
no T-O,
Yeah, okay.
and you can see how nice and photogenic you are with that great beard that you got.
Yeah. I'm going for your beard.
Yeah, why not?
Eventually.
I started growing it in December 12th
Yeah.
in 2018,
Yeah.
and you trim it, and then I trimmed it a number of times. It was like, oh, bad mistake. Just you got to trim it very sparingly.
Yeah.
And then remember Gillette came out with that crazy ad that was like very demoralizing to masculinity.
No.
And I said, "That's it. That's it. I'm not shaving anymore."
There you go.
But
Good luck.
this is the greatest campground I've ever been at.
Oh, really?
This is. I mean, when I was a kid, we went down to New York State and very nice parks like that. But this is fantastic. This has everything.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And you can't beat the view.
Oh, and I got the best spot right now. Although I'm leaving in an hour.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, the weather is what it is, right? It's maritime weather.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, in the office there, do they actually have lobsters there?
Yeah, they cook them right here on site. John that you were talking to?
Yeah?
That night, he's the one that he cooks them.
Well, before I leave, I gotta buy a lobster.
Yeah, Martha's working there now. I'm not sure if he has any, like,
Oh, well, if they don't, they don't, right? I mean, whatever, yeah.
yeah.
John, thanks for stopping and saying hi, eh?
Yeah, I'm glad you had a good visit.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Despite the weather.
Yeah, it is what it is, right? Just listen to it. It's beautiful. Right?
Thanks, you've done it. Oh, someone told me that there used to be a building burnt down here.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, where that site is there.
Right where all that gravel is, used to be like that's where they used to cook lobsters. A great big
Wha-
cook area. Right?
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
wow.
unfortunately it burnt down. So
Wow.
they're going to rebuild it eventually.
How do you know Ontario area land?
Well, my father was military, so I bounced between Nova Scotia and Ontario as a kid, and New Brunswick actually. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my dad
I
was.
lived in Ottawa when I was like between what grades was that? between 11 and 15, I was there, thereabouts.
What years would have been that?
Oh, geez, that was, that's a good question. Early,
I'm 60 years old. How old are you?
I'm 57.
Okay, so you're about the same age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carson Grove is where, um, Carson Grove is where we lived, and
Do you
the
remember?
base,
Do you know what? Do you remember anyone from that time?
Mike Upton, that's the only person
Mike Upland. Okay.
Upton, that's the only person I
Oh,
really
oh, oh.
remember.
Because I'll tell you something. There's someone who lived in Carson Grove.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of was that military rentals or something
No,
there?
but the base was just like very close by.
Yeah. So a friend of mine who became a priest.
Yeah.
His name is Father Pierre Champoux. He's your age, or maybe a year older,
Okay.
and
I don't
yeah,
remember that name. That's quite a unique
Pierre
name.
Champoux. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I
the French
remember.
shampoo, CH.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, do you want to tell me your last name or you?
Murphy.
Murphy.
Yeah,
I'll mention it to him, and
yeah,
he might. You never know.
yeah. I went,
It's a
what
small
school? I went to
world.
Lester B. Pearson
Okay.
Junior High,
Okay.
and then
Is that the Catholic school?
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's right. Raise was I there? I was great. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6,
Okay.
7, 8, 9. Yeah. Then I moved to Moncton and went to Moncton High after that. But yeah, so that yeah, and then I still have a brother in Ottawa. He's in Navan.
Yep.
Yeah,
Navin. Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I have a viewer. I don't know if she's on right now, but I have a few actually that live in Navin,
yeah.
and so who knows? Maybe they'll know the Murphys
Hey, you never know.
in
It's a beautiful
Navin.
spot, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It's
really a beautiful
you
spot.
know what? I drove down. Uh, I crossed the border into Maine at Gore,
Yep.
and I'm just stunned at the beauty of northern Maine there.
Oh yeah.
And I've been across Canada as you have, and I just think, like, especially as a priest, I'm like, this is God. You did a great job.
Yeah.
Like it's beautiful everywhere, and I've hardly been anywhere. I haven't been to Grand Canyon. I haven't been to Europe. I haven't been to Africa. I
Yeah.
haven't been to Australia.
Yeah.
Just Canada, United States. Just this part is just stunning.
Well, New Brunswick to me is like a national park.
The whole thing.
The whole thing is just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
People just slow down and just like looked at the view, just looked at nature and looked at. I remember driving last winter to Ottawa to visit family, and just this long stretch of a river down in the valley, and with a guy by himself speed skating. You know how they do that?
Yeah.
And it was right out of a movie scene. And I was just driving and just watching, going, this is like just incredible. This is beautiful.
Sorry, where was this now?
This was going, leaving here, going up towards Ottawa. I always go, through Evanston and all that
Oh,
stuff.
Evanston. Yeah, 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 yeah,
It
yeah.
was before that, but it was.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly where it was. I just remember seeing this and going, that looks like a movie, like a scene right out of a movie. The guy is just, it's just absolutely gorgeous. The scenery was beautiful. Then I just was like, I live in a national park. Like it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
How long you've been? You made this your home now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I moved here 3 years ago.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. I always
Beautiful.
thought I'd go back to Nova Scotia,
Yeah.
but now that I'm here, I'm thinking, I don't know. This is pretty sweet.
Well, it's funny. Every time I've moved, I'd say I never want to leave.
Yeah.
But then I get used to it and say, now I never want to leave this. Yeah, it's like some people, they see the good in everybody,
Yeah,
and they seem to get along with people.
yeah,
And others, they see the fault in everybody.
yeah,
And it's the same thing. You can see what's bad everywhere you go, or you see what's good.
yeah.
And
Well, you can either make life a drama or a sitcom.
that's
how I
too.
look at it.
That's a good way to look at it too.
Yeah, because you meet people and people are just so interesting.
Yeah.
Characters, and there's
Yeah.
bad ones, but mostly people are good, right?
Mostly people are good. Exactly. We have a wounded nature, so we have a propensity to sin. But most people are fundamentally good
Yeah,
and are honest and everything like that.
yeah,
I'm down in Calais, Maine. I'm in the Walmart and in the um, whatever the grocery store was there, and I I bet you I had a half a dozen of the Americans, as I'm walking along, say, "Oh, sorry, I'm in your way." Like, and I said, "Are you Canadian?" Because you keep saying sorry.
yeah,
So I mean, people are in some ways people are the same everywhere.
yeah.
And well, anyway, remember the YouTube channel is called To Prepare His Way. I
Prepare his way.
to prepare his way, like Jesus, right?
Yeah.
And I I usually tell people my YouTube channel so that they can look at it, and then they, if you want, you can leave a comment, or you
Yep.
can look at some of the videos. And you can email me if you want, and say I saw you at the ocean front campground there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Kiwanis. So it's run by the Kiwanis.
Yeah.
How long has it been around?
You know what? That I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not really sure
but
how long it's been around.
but
It's been around for a while, but I'm not really sure.
yeah, I know for sure. Yeah, it's I've never seen anything like it. And such good prices, I find it.
Yeah, they try to keep it like
Yeah,
good prices
yeah,
and a nice experience,
yeah,
and
yeah,
just come here and just
yeah. So if you want to, you can reach out to me if you. But if you don't, I would say, like I say, I tell people the YouTube channel because I would say most of the
prepare his way.
to prepare his way.
Yeah. Okay.
Most people who watch it, regularly, are devout Catholics, traditionally minded, but
Yeah.
also freedom-loving Canadians.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a anomaly out there. One of my brother priests, because I basically live like a hermit. I asked my bishop if I could leave parish ministry and start a silent retreat center,
Yeah.
and so I've been doing that for 5 years.
Yeah.
And one of my brother priests says, Father Anthony, you don't minister to the remnant of the church. You minister to the remnant of the remnant of the church.
I don't know what that means. What's remnant?
It means the small, like hardly any Catholics go to mass. Even baptized Catholics hardly ever go to mass
Yeah.
on Sundays,
Yeah.
and then a smaller percentage of them go to mass like every day,
Yeah.
and then you know, smaller percentage are. There's a lot of divisions in amongst people around the world, and in neighborhoods and in families, and in the Catholic family.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of different perspectives.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons I mean, it's the primary reason I asked my Archbishop, because I think there's a need to do what I'm doing, and my desire for more and more solitude.
Yeah.
It's just something that's growing in my heart more and more,
Yeah.
and to get out of the city and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And, but I think it takes a very special man to be a priest in a parish, because every parish has probably a half a dozen different factions going on,
Oh, is that right?
in terms of what they consider, what they think the parish should be, how they should do the how the liturgy should go.
Oh, politics, kinda.
We
Not
yeah
politics.
sometimes we say what's politics, but
Yeah.
it's really just different priests have gone through, and different priests have gone to the seminary in different years,
Yeah.
and answer the call for different reasons. So they kind of um, present things that some of them are not even truthful to the Catholic faith,
Oh, is that right?
and some of them are just skewed or whatever. And I mean, honestly, when a few years ago, one of my brother priests, he a little bit older than me, he said, "Oh, I didn't know, someone sent me a YouTube. I didn't know you have a YouTube channel." And like my first videos were just trying to there's a saying, you can't give what you don't have, but I kind of add on to it. I say, what you do have, you should give.
Right.
So there's a need to give, there's a need to receive, there's a need to give.
Yeah.
There's a need for solitude, but there's a need for interaction with people.
Yeah.
So I started up, like one of my first videos was on confirmation bias,
Yeah.
which means, you maybe you know what it means, but I never knew what it meant till I was like 40 years old. But it means that as we grow, as we grow older, and you go back to teenagers even, we tend to only believe that which confirms what we already believe.
Okay.
It's harder to keep an open mind and to learn from people.
Okay. Yeah.
So I did a couple of videos of confirmation bias, especially for Catholics,
Yeah.
like church shopping and stuff like this, parish shopping, and which is fine. But I say just keep it, like every priest has something to offer,
Yeah.
and don't, again, you can. But I certainly get it. Like I went to different parishes other than my parish boundary
Yeah.
before I went to the center.
Yeah.
But then I did a video called "To Be an Atheist is to Be Against Science."
Yeah.
A little bit provocative, but I had a great great exchange through the comments with people that call themselves atheists,
Yeah.
and I found out that most of them are actually what I would call agnostic.
What's agnostic?
Means you're not really sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But they,
Yeah.
because I found this term like negative atheist and positive atheist. So in the atheist quote unquote community,
Right.
most, maybe 99%
Yeah.
are negative atheists, which is agnostic.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, really? That high?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, according to the people that I was
Yeah.
exchanging with,
Yeah. That's
and
interesting.
they're committed to this atheism, but they're not real atheists.
Yeah.
Like in terms of asserting there is no God.
Yeah.
That's what I
They're
consider an
still a
atheist.
little bit open to there is a
Yeah,
higher
yeah. They
power.
just say there's no proof.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Whereas a positive atheist asserts there is no God, which
Right.
I say, well, then you actually are claiming to be God, because you're claiming to know everything that exists,
Right.
and God definitely doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But anyway, so anyway, this brother, this priest, he's the older priest, said, I didn't know you have a YouTube channel. Yeah, and then later I said, well, what did you think of it? He says, and he actually was a professor of mine. He wasn't a priest at the time,
Yeah.
but he was a professor of mine during my undergrad in philosophy.
Yeah.
And he said, I was wondering if you had any good philosophy professors. And I said, only one. And then I named the course that he taught,
Oh, yeah.
just to, just as a joke.
Yeah.
But I said, look, here's the thing, because he's more what we might call liberal. I mean, for lack of using a political term, but he's more social justice, social sin rather than individual responsibility
Yep.
thing. It's just another little faction within the church.
Yeah.
And I said, look, here's the thing. I minister to the Catholics that you don't.
What's that?
I minister to the Catholics that he doesn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
because the Catholics that trust him, where they're at, they would never come close to me.
Right. And why is that?
Oh, they think I'm too rigid and strict and stuff like that. But I'm the nicest. Uh, I'm the, like, if anyone comes to confession to me, like, I'm the most gentle.
Yeah.
But truth is truth, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically the way it is. I say, look, go to the YouTube channel. You might think I'm totally nuts. Try to keep an open mind, but you might say, oh, I'm gonna reach out to this guy. We should keep in touch.
Yeah. I think a YouTube channel is a brilliant idea.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, really, seriously, I really do. Because
Yeah.
whenever I get like bummed out, down, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
I go to YouTube and I just try to find
Right.
positive videos, and I found stoicism and just
Right. Right.
everything.
Yeah.
I'm very open.
You're a bit.
Buddhism.
You're a bit of a deep thinker, then, John.
Well, yeah, well, I don't know. Try to be, I guess.
Well, you're a people person. You stopped here to say hi to me. I better get going because well,
Gotta check it out.
I have a feeling that they're not gonna like charge me, but I got to get on the road.
Yeah. Okay.
John.
It was nice to meet you. It's Anthony, right?
Yep.
Father Anthony.
Yeah. Yeah.
To
Prepare
to prepare.
his way. So you preparing the lobster or whatever
Yeah.
to prepare his way.
Okay.
Or if
Yeah,
you
I'll check that out.
if you forget, you got to go to the first chapter of Luke's Gospel and read through that and ask the Holy Spirit to remind you, because that's where it comes from. Zechariah's Canticle. Okay, man. Peace.
Okay.
God bless you, man.
Yeah, you
Thanks.
too. Have a good one.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little conversation. um, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down here. Now, I'll keep an eye on the chat here, but someone can tell me what time it is. But I'm going to go up to the laundromat here and check out what time it is. Because, anyway, where was I? Yeah, I phoned my sister. I tell her I'm going to call you back in a little bit. I got to call you back in a little bit. She said, okay. So then I arrived. I thought I'm going to arrive at the campsite. I'm going to pick a site, check in. And then I'm going to walk my dog around and find them. Well, it's pouring rain, and I come here and I realize it's much bigger than I thought. So anyway, I'm at the entrance to the campground, and I phone her. And she says, "Oh, hi, Anthony." I said, "Oh, hey, guess where I am?" She says, "Where?" I said, at the entrance of your campground. And there was a pause for like a couple seconds. And because I realized she was looking out her window, she says, I can see you. She was so happy. She was so happy. And I was so happy. You know, I haven't seen her in 4 years. And I wasn't sure. You know, you catch someone at a bad time or something. So it's quarter after 11. You catch someone at a bad time, and, you know, I don't know. I mean, my sister and I get along very well, you know, our phone conversations and everything like that. But, but, you know, I wasn't sure. She was so genuinely excited that I was there. And, you know, this is now like quarter to 9 at night now. And I stop at the office, and there's a sign that has a phone number. So we called John, and it wasn't that John, like he said, it was a different John. So I called him, and he says, "Oh yeah, just pick a site, and then tomorrow morning go over to the office and pay for the night." Okay, great. So then I had a visit with my sister, and, you know, had to tell her, you know, kind of my adventures on the way here and stuff like that. But they're leaving. They're saying, "Well, we're leaving early tomorrow morning." So Sunday morning around 8 or 9 or something like that. Yeah, okay, no problem. I'm just really, honestly, I was just so happy that to see her, and that was it. And anyway, so the next morning, you know, I look out my window, and I can see if they're there or not. And, you know, Vicar gets me up at dawn. Like I was, like this morning, he got me up at 5 a.m. No, sorry, 6 a.m. New Brunswick time, which is 5 a.m. my normal time. And but anyway, I look out there, you know, so I'm up early in the morning, and I'm looking out, and they're still there. So I just texted her, say, you know, whatever, when are you leaving or whatever. And she said, we decided not to go to Prince Edward Island. Because the weather's bad all week. We're going to go home, but we're going to stay one more night here. So I was really happy, because yesterday I was able to spend time with my sister again, and we walked out into the ocean during low tide there, and she invited me over for supper. So I had a hot meal, which I haven't had a hot meal in a few days. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with the viewers, because it's good news. And it just, you know, so the last couple days, I don't care that it's pouring rain and windy and cold. I saw my 3 cousins from Fredericton. They were so nice to me, and showing me around, and then I was able to meet up with my sister. So there you go. So now the plan is, I'm gonna leave here. It shouldn't take me more than a half an hour. The inside of the trailer is all ready to go. I have to, like I say, put some water in the fresh water tank, and empty out the black tank and the gray tank, and that's it. Vicar's in the truck already. I'll let him out to go to the washroom, and then I'm gonna head out. The plan, as I'm speaking right now, is to go go through the States again, just because it's shorter, and the gas is a lot cheaper. So you know, and I'll be going, you know, past some of my relatives, but I don't think I'm gonna stop there. I don't know. I might change my mind on that. I'm undecided. I want very much to see them, but at the same time, I need to get back. So anyway, there's my truck ahead. There's the last one. Let me switch things over again before it gets too windy and I can't do it. Yeah, I might change my mind and stop and see them, but and I feel bad to just pass right through, you know. in some ways, go to Ottawa, there's so many people that I'd like to visit, and so many people that say, "Oh, Father, next time you're in Ottawa, stop by," and it just doesn't really work out, you know. Hey, that's why our faith is that there's more to life after this life, right? More to life than what we can see, and after this life, there's another life. So, or the continuation, eh? And so hopefully everyone we can all get caught up then. And I'm looking out in the ocean there. It looks like there's a what is that? Let me switch things over. Okay, way out there. I don't know. I hope that's not someone who walked out there in low tide and is. It can't be. It's got to be. It looks like now it might be a buoy or something, but it looks like two people on a boat or something out there. Anyway, okay. God bless them and help them. I'll get my binoculars after I end the live stream here. Anyway, the plan is I want to get up to. I mean, no promises in the sense I never know what's going to happen, but I want to get up to Trois Rivières, and of course at Trois Rivières there's the shrine there. The maybe I'll go into the trailer here just to finish off. I am fighting this wind. My umbrella is perpendicular to the ground just to keep the rain off me. That's how windy it is. So let's see if I can get in here. Okay, good. Let's close this up. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so there's to me in Trois Rivières, Three Rivers, there's three great places to visit. And that would be, please God, tomorrow morning at some time. One is the cathedral in Trois Rivières. Um, for me, when I walked in that cathedral for the first time, it was the most amazing. It's the most beautiful. So if I can, I'll do a video in there. If I can, I'll go live in there. The other one, of course, is very famous, is Captain Madeleine Shrine. And I don't really like the basilica there, but if I have time, I'll go over there. But the original chapel there is really nice, and you know. And as far as the weather and everything, the weather's going to be. It's not going to be pouring rain like this up, Sherbrooke, Trois Rivières. But the next day it's going to be. So that's, and but what's good, it's going to be cloudy and cooler and which means it's very providential, I would say. So yeah, I think tomorrow afternoon, it's going to start raining there, and so that's why I try to get things in the morning, or whatever. We'll figure it out. But it's kind of providential because then if it's hot and sunny, I can't leave Vicar in the truck and things. It's not as good. Anyway, the third place is a parish in Trois Rivières called Saint Antoine, and in Saint Antoine is the remains of Blessed Frederick Jansen. So so maybe we'll connect tomorrow. In the meantime, I wanted to let everyone know how I was, and you know, I'm never alone. The Lord is with me. My guardian angels, all the saints. I'm very mindful of these things. But the fact that there are some who tune into the live stream or watch it later and leave comments, um, you know, you are also helping me. And many of you I know in person, and some of you I just know because of the YouTube channel. But um, yeah, you're kind of with me too, if that makes any sense. Okay, the Lord be with you. May Almighty God bless each and every one of you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Go in peace. Live in the truth. Live free.